We're on the road again, and we're going to have some fun.
The season is far from done.
It's Talk of the Town.
Episode 41.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Easter to you all. Happy Good Friday. Happy Good Friday to you, Harry.
Happy Good Friday, Joe.
Is that a thing? Happy Good Friday?
I don't know. When is Easter? I'm never too sure. Is it the Friday,
when
the
is
Sunday, or the
Easter?
Monday?
Easter Sunday.
Why is I don't know. I don't know. But it's a bank holiday today.
Well, you've got a good insight there in the first 30 seconds of Talk of the Town, the intelligence levels of this show. Coming up, we have John joining us. We will have Gary from BBC Surrey Radio, and I follow commentator, of course. He'll be coming by as well. The game is live, of course, for you at home to watch in your living rooms, in the warmth of your living rooms on this very exciting Easter weekend on iFollow.
Follow in your heart, in spirit, in soul. You make every tackle, score every goal. You're part of it, wherever you are in the world. From the first minute until the last kick. Victories, heartbreaks. You're part of the fabric, the passion, devotion, supercharging emotion. For you, there is only one. Abiding loyalty, togetherness that is second to none. Follow every kick, every tackle, every goal. With access to live stream games and matchday commentary, with coverage spanning the globe. Behind the scene content, newsletters and match highlights. There is no better way for you to get closer to your club. And with iFollow sales supporting them, there's no better way to show your love. You can't be there with iFollow.
Yeah, iFollow, obviously available once again this afternoon, so please put your hand in your pocket once more. I know we are away, honestly, the set on this show, you probably can't see that on the camera. We write the teams down on the little whiteboards, and they're all over the shop. What a shocking start to the show. Yes, as I was saying, please do put your hand in your pocket once again. I know second game in a week, and it's difficult sitting at home, but I can assure you, everybody at the club and the players they really value the support that you guys continue to give away from home. So please do. Harry, the season is not quite done, is it? It's not quite done. We're getting there.
I know. So it feels like, what is there, four weeks left of the season?
Something like that,
but
yeah.
there's still, 20-odd games or something like that in the 4 weeks. No, it's been a tricky week. I know I managed to jump out the way of going to Carlisle. I know you haven't even touched base in Crawley. You just thought you'd keep the work going up north. Happy days.
Yes.
Got some charity work under your belt. Always good.
Yeah, Matt, thanks for dropping that in. I mean, I don't like to talk about the charity work that I do, but I say I do. I was watching Nick the Geordie film, to be honest. I didn't really do it. I did charity driving. But yeah, let's look at those teams. My whiteboard has fallen down, so we're going to give it a go while Harry picks up my whiteboard in case I mess it up. In goal once again is Glenn Morris. The same back four as Tuesday night, as George Frankham, Tony Craig, Joe McNerney and Nick Cerula starts once again. Looks like a midfield three of Jake Hessenthaler, Jack Powell and Josh Wright, with Jordan Maguire-Drew and James Tilley coming back into the starting lineup to support Tom Nichols up front. Did all right there, didn't I?
Smashed it.
On the bench this afternoon, not so common. Taryn Alarakia, Archie Davis, David Cisse, Jordan Tunnicliffe comes back, Sam Matthews and Stuart Nelson. Harry, what do we make of that?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's such a difficult one because I think we'll probably get into this with John, but the players are getting back sunrise Wednesday morning. Do you know what I mean? They've got to recover on the Wednesday. They travel back up to Scunthorpe on the Thursday. So there's no way, the players won't be having some kind of effect of all the travelling this week and the game on Tuesday. However, that being said, you still got the youthfulness of Tilley, Maguire, Drew. I don't know how long Nichols can keep going for, but he seems to keep proving everyone wrong.
I mean, we're expecting John in 5 minutes or so, and we can put that to him. Jordan Maguire-Drew and James Tilley come in today. Two sort of more looks like more width to the side than when we had on Tuesday night. Do you think it's a case of maybe John looking at rotating? Do you think it's a case of actually he's looked at Scunthorpe and gone, width is what we need to get a result here this afternoon?
No, I think he has to rotate. I think given the circumstances, he has to. But what I like about that is, I think going all the way from the back, I think we've got natural fullbacks in Frankham and Cerula, who's getting a nice run of games at the moment, which is really good to see. And again, in front of them, they've got natural wingers. So we're not necessarily having to change shape because we've got players injured, and we're putting round pegs in round holes. So I think we've got quite a balanced side out there today. And I think an injection of energy from Maguire and Tilley will be needed, and I think it will come.
Yeah, and did you watch the game on Tuesday?
I saw the game, yeah.
Live on iFollow for just £10.
Yeah.
Nick Cerula, I thought, was a bright spark in that game. I mean, it wasn't the greatest game of football, certainly from our point of view, but I thought Nick Cerula, he persevered, he played well, and I think he was probably one of a few bright sparks to come out.
Yeah, I think with Nick, he's kind of naive in the right way. I really like it. You know, nothing phases him, which I think it's a great positive to have to your game. I think it doesn't matter what kind of a style of winger he's defending against and what kind of a fullback he's maybe attacking against. I think you trust him to, 3 or 4 times in the game to beat his man and get a good delivery in. And he can be creative. You've seen him hit shots from outside the box as well. Yes, there's the Leeds goal. He's got bags of potential, and he's got loads of attributes to his game that can support Crawley both going forward and defensively. So yeah, it's great to see him getting a run of games. Yeah,
so we'll ask John about Nick Cerula and various other things when he joins us here very shortly. But now let's take a look back at the Reds game on Tuesday away to Carlisle. Yeah, we're back. We're joined now by the manager, John Yems. John, thank you very much for joining us. How was your journey up, firstly?
Yeah, it seems like we spent the whole week on a coach this week. I think we've all got coach leg.
Coach lag. I've seen someone puts a little picture of you on Facebook. I think it is every week with a little quote, and I think that's going to be this week. So we're suffering from coach lag. So let's touch upon that firstly then. So obviously a long trip to Carlisle, long trip back. So I'm assuming got back in the early hours. Do you think it's hard for a manager, half of the players, to get back on that coach Thursday and be up for this, or are you expecting them to be professionals?
It's ridiculous. We got back 6:15 on Wednesday morning. Obviously I was at the ground. We had a few injuries and that come in. And then the boys are back on the coach yesterday at 11:30, I think we picked some of them up. And yet, what's going on? But Carlisle then going to get their fixture rearranged for tomorrow, and they play Tuesday. So to me, I can't see the logic in it. But I can't keep affording paying all these fines for being truthful to the FA and everybody. So
I don't know if the FA watch talking to town. So
well, you'd be
They're going to have a good Christmas party, though.
I'll tell you what, though, with our fans, I bet someone sends it in to them.
I was going to say, some fans might think, was there ever a consideration just to stay up north the whole week, or is that not really a possibility?
Yeah, these are the same fans that saying that the club's got no money, and if they want to send £20,000 in to do the trip for 2 weeks, plus there's nowhere open. You got no gyms, you got nothing to use. It's just one of them things. Listen, you're footballers, you expect to do it, but the thing is, if you're carrying any knocks or anything like that, and especially when you've had a bad performance or bad goals to give away, you want to get straight on it and do it anyway. So it is what it is, isn't it? According to some supporters, this is the worst time the club's been in, all doom and gloom. So let's all join it.
Well, I was just saying, I got in, not quite a Twitter spat at the weekend with Jeff Thornton, columnist of the Crawley Observer, but yeah, like a bit over the top. Harry, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I said to John, it looked like someone had paid him to put out some kind of dodgy view. I couldn't get my head around it at all. I don't think it's something that should be endorsed. I think we've probably spoken about it enough already, because it's not really the kind of thing that I think we should be given a platform to. I think we should put a line through it and end of it. So it's not, as from a fan, from someone who's worked for the club, it's something that I don't want to see at all, and I'm sure John completely agrees.
It was only highlighted to me, and I've spoke to the Crawley Observer about it, Mike Dunfold, and you get these people that write the columns and write the articles, but one, they don't attend the games, two, they don't ask you what you think, and next thing you know, it's Armageddon. Let's all sort of like disappear and all that. Listen, everyone's got an opinion. Fans, you pay the wages, you do all this. But some of the comments that people are sending me from Twitter that I don't really read, I'd like to meet some of these people face to face, because I don't think they're in the real world.
And I know people maybe get sucked up in the moment as well, don't they?
I don't know
they
what
watch a game on Tuesday and all of a sudden it's the worst.
Yeah, but it ain't only Tuesday. It's been going on all year. We're still 11th, I think we are.
Yes.
We're still only.
Honestly, it's laughable. It's
we're
ridiculous.
7 points away from the playoffs. The players are trying everything they can. If people who've got any interest, proper fans, can see the squad are on their knees. But that's football for you. Let's get the game and let's go forward. People can think what they think about me or anyone else, but we can't. These people are faceless. They can't even got the balls to come out and show who they really are and see where they're getting their info from. So, does it bother me? It doesn't bother me. It annoys me, because everyone else that's back in the club, you get tarred with the same brush for these 4 or 5 numpties that sit behind there thinking that they're supporters. Well, I
was going to say onto the lineup today, the game today. The two things that kind of stand out to me is Maguire, Drew, Tilly either side of Nichols out wide. Can you hoping they inject a little bit of freshness, a bit of pace into the side?
Yeah, well, Nanda's come up. He was frightened that he'd done his hamstring, so he's at the rest today. You look around the squad and you see some of the other problems we got in with other players injured, and it is what it is. It's a chance for the boys to go and show what they can do. But that's where supporters, I know you're trying to escape over it, Harry, that's where true supporters back the team. And if I made the balls up, I'll be the first to hold my hands up and go, yeah, that's down to us. They're the players out there that I can guarantee you, every one of us, it hurts when we lose, and we also enjoy it when we win. Well, let's not take anything for granted. If we made things look easy, that's our fault for being too good at the job.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it, isn't it? Like we've done so well in the early parts of the season, maybe people are starting to get, like you said a few weeks ago, get a bit beyond themselves and start.
If people listen to me from day one, and I said if we survive this year as a club, with the injuries, with the COVID, we've done well. Now we have, I wouldn't say that because there's still games to play, but where we are with the cup run, with Max, with everything else, managers are telling, other supporters are telling me how well we're doing. Our supporters. Not our supporters. These numpties that keep writing all these things, they ought to have a look at themselves.
And what we sort of touched upon injuries there. John Tunnicliffe comes back into the squad today. Is it a case of he's not quite fully fit, ready to start the game, or it's just a tactical decision?
He's another one. He done his, as Harry said, his rep fem, whatever that is. To me, it's
what was that?
It's a rep fem. To me, it's a kicking muscle. So he's done that, and we've got to be careful again. Like I say, we've still got 7, 8 games, 9 games, or whatever it is. And, you don't want it to be out 4 or 5 weeks. And it's a balancing act. We can all sit there and be wise and why ain't he doing this, why ain't he doing that? I ask the same questions because we pick the players, and of course, I'm not one of them who say as soon as they pass the white line, nothing to do with me. Of course they're to do with me. They're to do with everybody. Come on, Eileen. Here we go. Look, back in the organ now.
Right on cue.
It is hard. I found myself like when we were in this, you can't help but start dancing. You mentioned in your post-match interview on Tuesday night, John, and we touched upon it a bit earlier. I thought Nick Cerula was a bright spark to come out Tuesday. I thought he looked enthusiastic and worked hard and thought he played quite well Tuesday.
Well, that's what you want for the boys that are coming in. You just want them to have that because they've been waiting that long to have a go. If they're not enthusiastic, then you question what they're doing here in the first place. And let's hope you can build on that, Nick. We all see what he's got potentially. And like I keep saying, you've got one eye on the future, even though you've got to get this season out of the way. And who knows where we'll be. But no doubt I'll tell you what, the best thing I do now, I just go on Twitter and I get the ideas of what we should be doing. So, you know.
Let the fans pick the team.
Let them pick the team. Yeah, let them do it. Yeah, you know.
John, good luck this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, we're heading back down south. Obviously, another game on Monday as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just wish everyone at the Crawley Lobotomy Clinic all the best for the Easter.
Happy Easter.
and no doubt read your comments on whenever it is. Thank you very much.
Cheers, John. That's John's preview ahead of today's game here on Friday. Earlier in the week, the media lads caught up with James Tilley to hear his thoughts ahead of the trip to Lincolnshire this afternoon.
James, thanks for talking to us. First off, it's Scunthorpe tomorrow. How are you and the lads heading into that one?
No, yeah, we're looking forward to it. Obviously, we lost the other night, so we're just ready to get back out there and put it right tomorrow. So yeah, we're all looking forward to it.
Obviously, we were just having that discussion while walking down here. It's been an absolutely crazy week. Obviously, Carlisle on Tuesday night, travel, get back, a day of rest and recovery, and straight back on the coach today.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's been pretty mental to be fair this week. So obviously, the long trips and that, but it's something we can't look on really, and we got to just keep going and try and get results.
Yeah, I'm sure the lads are just raring to get back out there and just sort of prove that we are like a really good squad. We've seen some brilliant results this season. We've seen us come back after defeats, and we're just looking forward to getting another victory.
No, definitely. Obviously, it's been a tough last couple of games. Obviously, we went on a little run where we won like 3 in a row, and then obviously we've had a couple of defeats. But we're not going to we can't take we've got to just keep on pushing every game and hopefully get a win next game.
And obviously for yourself, you've had a little run in team, couple of goals as well. I suppose you'll just be looking to kick on and sort of impress John and the lads and just keep your place in the team as well.
No, yeah, definitely. I just want to obviously play as much football as I can between now and the end of the season. Obviously coming in January, it's always hard because people have sort of staked their claim in the squad. But no, I'm just looking to hopefully to play as many minutes as I can.
Yeah, obviously you mentioned coming in January. You look to see as if you settled in really well already.
No, definitely. Obviously, the lads have been quality with me since I've come really, and I've settled in really quickly. I know a couple of the boys anyway, which helped. But yeah, they've been really good to me. Yeah,
it's not just you. Obviously, we've had people like Josh Wright come in, Jordan Maguire, Drew, and you've all settled in really well and become important parts of the team.
No, exactly. Yeah, I think all the boys are settled in. I think it's credit to the manager and obviously the squad that they got here. It's a good squad and they've obviously welcomed us. So.
Thanks, James. Best of luck for tomorrow.
No problem. Cheers.
I got caught there. Well, we're joined by Gary. We just had, come on, Eileen. Come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. Right, yeah.
I tell you what, as far as managerial interviews go, that is right up there. You don't get Guardiola going on Man City TV. That was excellent.
I think, to be fair, I think there was a point there. I certainly don't think Jeff Thornton's on John Yems's Easter egg list.
No, well, he doesn't watch the games, so he can't watch Talk of the Town.
Gary, you might not have caught that. You might have caught some of it in the background. John there, a bit disappointed at some of the criticism that some people have put after a few recent performances.
Okay.
I suppose the season as a whole, I think we're all in agreement. It's been a solid season so far.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from Crawley now? What are you still hoping realistically we can achieve for the remainder of the season?
Well, I think they'll certainly get their highest finish for a few seasons, won't they? I think there's no doubt about that. There's still 27 points to play for, including the 3 that are up for grabs today. I guess the disappointment of the fans, Joe, comes from the fact that the last 3 games have been against teams below Crawley in the table that we've spoken about many times. And before that, Crawley won 3 games in a row. They got the draw against Walsall, and everything seemed set up for a late charge towards the top 7, didn't it? So maybe that's where the criticism comes from, that Crawley have lost games where the fans and, maybe the players and the management were anticipating that they would get something. And I think that's the same case here, because again today they find themselves facing a side below themselves in the table. But there's still 27 points to play for. There's still only 6 points off the playoffs.
That was going to be my next thing to say. There's no reason to rule out getting in the playoffs,
No.
regardless of you not putting more pressure on the side or anything like that.
No.
Just enjoy it whilst you still have a chance.
If they get the win today, they could set themselves up for a wonderful end to the season.
And I do think it's interesting. Sorry, Gary,
Go on.
on that point that we're talking about. People are looking at Bradford. I don't know where Bradford are in the league table. I think they're around us, and
Yeah.
they're sort of
Yeah,
6 points off the Bradford. And I was listening to
Darren McAntony's podcast. I know where you're going with this.
Darren McAntony's podcast, and Philip Idson is
And
one
they're
of the
so
hosts. And they're
optimistic of
going,
getting in.
yeah, we're only 6 points off the playoffs, could make it. And I suppose there's a difference in mentality between
Yeah.
a team that have really 1 minute looked like they were going to be relegated and are now got themselves to 6 points. Another team like us who were maybe there and have sort of dropped off. Ultimately, 10 games to go, it's level pegging, isn't it? But the mindset is completely different between us and the Bradford.
Yeah. I think maybe that's because we've been in the playoffs. And Bradford, when they came to the PPS in December, were really struggling, weren't they? They just sacked the manager. The two new guys had taken over, who seem to have steadied the ship and pushed them up to midway point in the table. Maybe their expectations, having come from the bottom of the table up the table.
And I think in 10 days' time we go to Bradford,
Yeah.
their fans will be looking at that, going, it's a playoff 6-pointer.
Yeah.
Whereas our fans will probably be going, oh no, we're out of it now, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
It's a weird mindset.
And we've also got on paper, when you look at the running that we've got, I was talking on a podcast yesterday to a guy. Bolton still to come on the last day of the season. Cheltenham still to come. Forest Green still to come. These sort of teams where, all right, we didn't win at Cheltenham, but we won at Bolton. We've won at Forest Green. There's no reason why we can't win the games at home when we've said so many times, Joe, that Crawley do seem to raise their game against sides that are higher up the table, don't they? So, if they can start picking up points starting here today, Monday with Oldham coming, another side that are below Crawley currently in the table, under new management as well.
Yeah.
There's no reason they can't go on a run.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, you joined me on Tuesday at Gary on the show before.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Much better than the usual presenter we got. Anyway,
So I've heard.
all right,
You can hear Nick
Jordy, that
laughing.
tickled him
Come
over there,
on,
didn't it? That tickled him. What do we have to do differently today and going forward than we did on Tuesday night? What was missing Tuesday night, in your opinion?
I think they struggled to get the ball down, Crawley, and play the way that we know that they can play. And sometimes I think you have to credit to the opposition. They got in the face of Crawley. They didn't allow the wing backs or the full backs to get forward. So you have to credit, to Carlisle as opposed to Crawley.
Yeah.
They didn't allow Crawley to play
They started
the way
on
that
steam
Crawley
train,
would
didn't
like
they?
to
They
play.
did,
They
yeah.
started very quickly. They had men around the ball all the time. I think last Saturday, Tony and I were talking about it in the home match commentary and also on Tuesday night. There were a couple of occasions where the ball went forward, Naddison won the flick on or Nichols won the flick on. Nobody beyond them. Nobody sort of taking a gamble. And also a few times I've noticed the ball getting out wide into good positions, and I'm sure we'll see it again today, Jordan Maguire-Drew. But when he takes a look up, there's maybe one red-shirted player in the box to aim for, which is somebody like Tom Nichols or Naddison, because the other one of them was sort of dropped deep to try and set up the play.
Yeah.
And I think there's got to be more red shirts trying to
Getting
flood
forward.
into the opposition box for someone like Maguire-Drew, who we know could cross a good ball into the box, or Powell if he's got a free kick or something like that. We know their ability to deliver a set piece or a cross into the box. So I think Crawley have just got to gamble a little bit more and get more players into the opposition area.
Yeah, and I was going to say, today's kind of set up off the back of Tuesday's defeat in that Naddison's out and Nichols has carried the weight of the team quite a lot. It's set up for Tilly, Maguire-Drew to really come in and put in, their best performance yet. And Maguire-Drew, I'd like to see him get on the score sheet if possible and really make a statement to say that, no, look, I can start for this team, I can have a real impact and kick-start us again.
Yeah, we've seen what Maguire-Drew is capable of doing. He can twist and turn defenders one way or the other and, like I say, deliver a great ball in. I certainly agree, Harry, he should be getting on the score sheet more. As we mentioned a few games ago, so I think should the majority of the midfield. I know Tilly's chipped in with a couple of important goals this season, but Hessenthaler's still only got one goal, which was where, Joe, from the quiz on Tuesday?
He scored his goal at Cambridge.
Correct. Well done. And Powell's obviously got two, but the two that Powell has got, in the end, didn't really count for anything because he got the one at Grimsby and then he got the goal at Barrow that should really have been an equaliser. Barrow obviously went down the other end and snatched the winner.
It probably still was an equaliser, Gary.
Well, it was an equaliser. Should have been,
Teed yourself up for that one.
it should have been the equaliser for the final score, is what I mean. You know what I mean? But I do still think the midfield need to contribute a little bit more with some goals, but particularly on a setup like today. Otherwise, the weight is purely on Tom Nichols, and he will take, from what are normally a very direct and physical Scunthorpe side. I'm not going to say that too loudly because the music suddenly died and they're only yards away.
Don't slack them up, Gary.
You've got 15 Scunthorpe players looking at you.
He'll
directly
take an
now.
absolute battering, won't he, today from, like I say, a very physical Scunthorpe side who will, the two central defenders will certainly try and be all over him. So then it's up to the likes of Powell, Hessenthaler, Maguire, Drew, Tilley to sort of create those opportunities for themselves.
I think it's that time of the show where we ask Gary for his facts. This needs to become an actual segment. Nick the Geordie, and a nice little intro. Gary's facts.
A nice music bed
we'll
going
work on
underneath
that.
us.
I say we'll work on that. You'll work on that for Monday. Gary, give us your best Scunthorpe facts.
Well, I can give you one about each side actually. Scunthorpe 2 wins in the last 8, but those 2 wins have been away at Cambridge, who are top of the table, and in their last time out here against Bradford City. They didn't play last weekend, but they played the Tuesday before, so they're a bit more rested than Crawley. The Crawley fact is that Crawley have conceded 2 or more goals in each of their last 3 games, which I'm sure we're all aware of, have scored in 78% of their away games this season, and we have gone 9 away games without a draw.
Great stat.
Oh, look at that.
9 away games without a draw. I don't really want
to
to think back to when that might have been. I'm racking my brains as to when that may have been, the last away draw. We drew away at Salford, but surely we've played
Colchester.
9 away games since then. Maybe
Colchester, yeah.
That long ago?
Yeah,
Well,
early
Colchester.
December.
All right.
Yeah, could well be right.
Do you know what? I always feel wholly inadequate when you two are both on. 2 people, 2 professionals, and there's me just winging it every
This
week.
is why I'm quite confident that, when we go to Bradford and I can't make it, Harry will
Yeah,
deliver
that's
a
it.
wonderful
Oh,
commentary.
It's news to me.
You can see why you two get paid to watch football and I don't. I have to stand here for an hour every week just to
You
watch
get
a
paid?
game.
I was going to say, paid?
Move very swiftly on. Gary, thank you very much
You're welcome.
for joining us. Prediction for today?
2-0. 2-0 Crawley.
Oh, love it. Love
Stereotypical
it.
classic away performance, goal in each half, under a bit of pressure, goal in each half, win it 2-0, go home.
Even though Scunthorpe haven't lost in 4?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe's facts.
Even though.
Yeah. Gary,
Can you get a thing for that, Nick, as well?
Gary, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
You can obviously
You're
join Gary on iFollow from 1 p.m. here this afternoon. Gary, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We'll be back with Sam Gadsden and looking at the play. You look surprised. You are going on. Talking about the
Nervous.
player and the goal of the month for March. We'll be back right after an advert from the People's Pension.
2017, £30 million has been lost to pension scammers. That's about 26,000 Premier League season tickets. During these uncertain times, it's more important than ever to defend your hard-earned money. Be on the ball to anyone contacting you out of the blue. Find out more about pension scams and how to avoid them by visiting our website.
Am I even on the screen? I'm this far out. It's my show, you lot. Do you know what I love about this show? We turn up and we go, right, what we got today? Oh, not a lot, really. All of a sudden, there's guests galore. Erdem's jumping in. Love it. Let's talk about Player of the Month first. Sam, who are the nominees for Player of the Month for
We haven't
March?
actually done Player of the Month yet. We've only done goal.
Who are the nominations for Goal of the Month?
Goal of the Month is Tom Nichols' cheeky flick. You've got George Frankham against Barrow. You've got James Tilley against Mansfield, and you've got one more.
Ashley Nannison against
Ashley
Port
Nannison
Vale.
against Port Vale.
See?
Well done, Harry.
He's a
Well
pro.
remembered.
He's a pro.
Teach that.
Have we got a video for this?
Yes, I have got a
Let's
video
have a
for
look
this.
at the Goal of the Month for March. Yeah, that was the Goal of the Month competition for March. So get onto Twitter and get your votes in. How long have they got to vote for that, Phil?
A day left, I believe.
You've got a day left, so get on Twitter and have a vote for that. Now we are joined by Erdem.
Nice.
Thank you for running on. Going, yeah, I'll come on.
Everyone wants in the action.
We spoke about a couple of long trips this week. A few disappointing results. I think everyone would agree with that. But from your point of view, are you confident the boys can get back on track and push on for the last 10 games of the season?
Yeah, I'm confident in this group. I always have been from the beginning of the season. And on our day, we're game for anyone. And it's down to us now today to try and make it our day and apply ourselves. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a question? No, okay. I'll go again. Honestly, one man show this. I wonder why you're bothering me.
I wasn't sure where we were going with it.
So obviously there is 10 games left of the season. We probably have faint hopes of the playoffs. So let's call it faint hope. So it's not likely, but there is a slim chance. Are you looking forward to next season already, Erdem? You're starting to look at players who's going out of contracts, trying to keep people on, that sort of thing?
Yeah, we've started talking with the gaffer. It's been about a month about how we're going to structure next season. There's a few club targets we've got at the moment, personal, which are important that we reach them for the longevity of the football club. And I'm excited about the challenge that faces us, and hopefully we can meet it on its head.
And is this the kind of thing now where, you forget relegation, playoffs, anything like that? Players as well for the next 10 games are playing for contracts and to stay at the club.
100%. And you've got a lot of youngsters now that maybe they can, put their all in and say, I'm here. So it's maybe a chance for them as well. But anything can happen in the next 10 games. And we have to underline what the lads have achieved. I don't want to make excuses because it's petty, but the COVID didn't help us. The journeys haven't helped us. The fixture schedules are a bit abnormal. But there's nothing we can do. We're just grateful to have this group, and hopefully we can keep building on it.
In a way, you need to create that mentality of us against the world a little bit. When you feel like you're being unjust to the fixtures, that sort of thing. You've just got to be us against the world, absolutely. And Sam, obviously, you've been going to the games. We was talking there a little bit like, are we missing something that maybe we had earlier in the season when we were on a good run of form the last few games? Can you put your finger on something we've been missing, or a bit rub the green, or what?
Yeah, I generally just think it's just the trips and everything. I know, obviously, it's not an excuse because every team has to travel, but we are very south. Other teams are travelling just like that far. We're going that far. 4.5 hours today,
that
6
far?
hours. Oh yeah, just
long way that far.
Yeah. Just sit on the map. I'm talking about the map.
Geography of Sam Gatson.
Well, of course, I failed that at GCSE, so we better not.
You surprised me.
Yeah, but we've been going, so far, and I think when we replaced us at Bolton, Forest Green, you could see how much energy we had. We were bursting. People like Tom Nichols up front on his own. He's played almost 90 minutes every single game this season. Yeah. I just think we've had no rest. Do you think that will make
a difference? What Sam's saying there, like we maybe looked a little bit leggy on Tuesday. Maguire, Drew, and Tilly come in today. Do you think that'll offer a little bit more energy and spark? Not through lack of enthusiasm, but through lack of legs, I suppose.
Well, yeah, it should do, and he's right. Look, the travelling, even us guys, we travel back from Carlisle. We're shattered. I was still shattered yesterday. I went into the office. I'm looking at everyone. Looks like a morgue in there because everyone is down. So imagine the lads that've had a full game, been on the bus, got home at 5 in the morning. It can't be easy. And then we go again on Friday, whereas Carlisle are playing tomorrow. So it's a bit unfair on us, but this is life, I suppose.
Scunthorpe have had like 10 days off, I think it was, isn't it?
But I think it's Oldham travelled to the morgue on Monday.
Is today maybe an opportunity when it's like this, where Scunthorpe might be thinking, Crawley are at Carlisle on Tuesday, we've had loads of time off, we can sort of catch them flat-footed maybe?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, of course you can have a positive spin on it, and hopefully it does work in our favour. The most important thing is, as Joe said in the beginning, we get back to our identity and giving the performances that we know this team can do, and that's the most important thing.
And however the season ends, we're in terms of position, we finish positively and take that on to pre-season.
Yeah,
we need to get Mike from BBC Radio Humberside in. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate that. If you could swap out with Mike. Go on, Sam. We're not pausing here. Let's run through that lineup while we get Mike in. Morris starts in goal. Frankham, Tony Craig, Joe McNerney, Nick Cerula at the back four. Powell, Hessenthaler, and Wright in midfield with a sort of, we think, a front three with Maguire and Tilly out wide. Maguire, Drew, and Tilly either side with Nichols through the middle. I believe Mike, is that right?
It is.
So I didn't normally. I get to speak to people before we come in.
I was hoping he'd get it wrong. I'm sorry.
I heard Mike and I just gambled.
It's live. You just roll with it. It's
It's been cool first.
Big call,
Mike, I'm assuming you watch Scunthorpe on a weekly basis, do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And Scunthorpe, to me, they seem to be someone who may be flirting with relegation down the bottom, but actually looking at the league table now, they're quite solid. Don't look like they're going to go up this season. Certainly not going to go down. They look quite comfortable.
Yeah, they are the sort of typical sporting cliche. Which side are you going to get this week? That's been this season. Certainly early in the season, we were worried. You're thinking if it carries on like this, they are going to be in the mix. We've got one of our other teams, Grimsby Town, really in trouble. We thought that was going to be the iron earlier in the season. They've settled down, they've got players back, players with a bit more experience. They've brought a couple in. Junior Brown coming back to the club helped. Jem Karajan's been absolutely exceptional, proper grafter, a leader in the side. Neil Cox has spoken about his leadership in there. Ryan Loft looks a more settled player now. I mean, he had a season at Carlisle. That was his sort of longest, or the most amount of games he played last season. He's now exceeded that this year. He's starting to settle into that role that's expected of him. Not always what you need from him, but we're in League Two. You've got to remember that. It's just getting to the end of the season with a bit of confidence really now to take into the summer.
Something I quite like asking when we're on the road and getting the thoughts from the locals who watch the team is what the fans' expectations are there. Because I think Crawley quite like to be a small fish in a big pond. If you're a Scunthorpe fan, are you, at the start of each season, are you looking for, we've got to be in the mix for promotion? Or are they a little bit more realistic and say, okay, sometimes you have these seasons where you've got to try and form that foundation to build on?
We're talking football fans here, so the expectation every year is win the title, win promotion. It's an odd one with this club because the bar was set so high, and we're going back a good few years now with Nigel Adkins. And bearing in mind, when they were in the Championship, punching way above the weight, they had a bad run, and Nigel Adkins should have been gone, according to some of the fans. Some of the fans. A lot of people understood what he'd done. So it's little club. Little old Scunthorpe United was Nigel Adkins' sort of phrase about them, and it's stuck. And it's right. They're a steel town out of the way. Trying to attract players isn't always.
People underestimate that, don't
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when they've done well, you go, fantastic, great. Mid-table League One, you'd think that probably is about right. When you're talking about mid-table in League Two, it becomes a bit frustrating. You think they shouldn't be doing that. But realistically, perennially, they have been a League Two side over the years. You look over the decades, that's been their level League Two flirting with League One.
Yeah. And it seems to me this year, last year you had a talisman in Van Veen. He's still at the club, but hasn't really been scoring many this year.
He's had injury problems.
That's what we were saying before. We assumed he'd had injury problems. But you look like you're struggling for a goal scorer, someone who's going to sort of score 15, 20 goals.
Loft's the top goal scorer, I think.
Yeah, he's got 9 goals. Abois is going to be in and around it. He's going to give you a few, but again, he can drift. He can be a fantastic player. Kevin Von Veen is that player, but keeping him fit, and again the consistency. He's so frustrating at times because arguably he's the most talented player at the club, but it's the inconsistency that you get with him, and unfortunately not available again because he's got a bit of a knee problem, and there's going to be a lot of change in the summer as well. A lot of players out of contract. There's big decisions for Neil Cox, and you imagine with a lot of clubs, budgets are going to go down.
Yeah, I see.
What are you expecting from the game today then? I like to think we're a little bit unique, and we try to play football in the league. We haven't kind of got that lump up front that we pump balls up to. Is that maybe something that might suit Scunthorpe, or maybe is it a different kind of prospect when you play against the football inside?
The worst thing they've done is when they've tried to play the game that the opposition's played. They play their own game. I think they're a match for most teams. I'll say most teams, not every team. I think they'll try and play it a bit today. I think the last time they tried to lump it, I can't even remember, my memory's shocking these days, I'm getting old. The last time they tried to play it like that, it didn't really work for them. Ryan Loft can do that job, but he's more than just a target man. He is good with the ball at feet. Sometimes, again, that consistency. I think they'll try and play it today.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your prediction, score-wise?
Sure. Well, you're on a bit. I'll go 2-1 Scummy.
2-1 go. Well, yeah, we're
used to it now.
Not said with confidence. Not said with confidence.
You can't say any score with confidence or anyone in this thing.
Not in League
Mike,
Two.
thank you very much for joining us. We'll let you get back.
Good to see you.
We hear there from Mike about Scunthorpe. Let's have a look how Scunthorpe got on when they travelled to the People's Pension Stadium very early on in this season. Okay, we have
Not long.
15 minutes before kickoff. The legend Ken joins us for quiz time
Again.
here. He's in again
He's
twice
loving
in
it.
2 weeks.
2 quizzes. Wow.
Yeah, Ken's getting on a bit now. He normally only can play 1 quiz a week, but he's gone for 2 quizzes.
Yeah.
2 quizzes, 4 puzzles, eh, Ken?
Yeah, I'm going to find me pen in a minute. That's the first question, isn't it?
Where is what? You have a pen? It's on the step, Ken. Question 1. Where is Ken's pen?
It was on the floor. That's 1 point to me.
That's a great segment.
I'm in the lead already, Geordie.
Right, question 2. Can you take the lid off, Ken? Nick the Geordie's come in to assist. Right, lovely. Okay, question 1. You're right there, Ken.
Yeah.
Hold the mic in the other hand.
He's got to hold his
Yes,
pen.
there we go.
I'm doing it.
Right, question 1. What county is Scunthorpe in? I'll dance to entertain the viewers whilst we watch. Okay, are we ready? Harry Maynard has gone for...
North Lincolnshire.
Ken has gone for...
Lincolnshire.
Yes, both point. Well done. Lincolnshire is correct. Okay, they're all about Scunthorpe, this quiz. So, there you go. Question 2. Was this stadium, Glanford Park, did Scunthorpe move into it in 1998 or 1988? Oh, good one, Ken. Just waving here to Claire and Erdem. Yeah, you're on the telly, Claire.
Yeah.
Okay, what have we got?
98.
Harry Maynard goes for 98.
I got 98.
Ken goes for 98. I can't reel. You are both wrong. It was 88.
Wow.
Okay.
18.
Question 3. It's 1 point apiece. It's as tight as a duck's backside. Question 3. Which current League One manager took Scunthorpe to the Championship in 2008-2009? Oh,
Yeah.
Ken, that is disgusting cheating.
I can't read what he's writing anyway.
Yeah, good.
No, neither can
I haven't got a clue, Joe.
Can I?
I think he's right though, Ken. Pressure's on. Current League One manager. Used to
where?
be a physio.
Come on,
No, I don't know.
Maybe at a South London
give me the
football
point.
club.
It's Nigel
Such
Atkins,
as
everybody. It's
Charlton.
Nigel Atkins.
Nigel Atkins. He's at Charlton.
I hope it's Nigel Atkins.
Yeah, I know that.
2 points apiece.
Oh, my God. I'm destined
Was it
to
Atkins?
fail. It was Atkins.
Got to build the.
Oh, wow, that was a good one, wasn't it?
Okay.
Did I get one for Charlton as well? Yeah.
Okay, so 2 points apiece. Next question. Question 4. Scunthorpe were relegated to League 2 in what year? Oh, blank faces all round. What season did they get relegated from League 1? Party, I don't know if people can hear this, but we're having a good time. Okay, Ken has gone for
2017.
2017. Harry Maynard has gone for
1819.
1819. I can reveal the answer is 1819. Unbelievable knowledge from Harry.
What a win.
Congratulations. It's 3-2. Ken, you need this one. Right, I'll give you.
Okay.
Right, this one to make it fair. If you get the person who
Bearing
gets,
in mind, he shouldn't even have 2 points there.
he absolutely should. Listen, I'll decide who's got points. Whoever gets it closest gets a point. What is the population of Scunthorpe? Come on, you should know this. Ken has gone
65,000.
65,000. Harry Maynard has gone
118.
I hate it when this happens. It's 82,333. So Ken is
65,000.
a lot closer. Oh, it's 3-3.
My word.
It's
3-3. We could be in the golden goals in a minute.
Now, okay, it's time for the tiebreaker. If I'd written this quiz more than 10 minutes before we went on air, I would have a tiebreaker. Alas, I do not. So, when is my birthday?
Oh my. Ken will know this.
Scrambling. Ken will know this. Come on, Ken. When is my birthday? Exactly. Well, Ken, I didn't write a tiebreaker. In hindsight, I shouldn't have given you that point.
365 to 1 chance.
I tell you what. He is 10 days out.
Oh my God!
Outrageous
What a
guess
shout.
from Maynard.
I was just thinking. Oh no, I'll explain my reasoning later.
Come on, Ken.
Come on,
quickly.
Ken.
This isn't
People
particularly
need
good
to make their
content. We don't
cup
want to
of
drag
tea
it out any longer than we have to.
What's the date today?
It's not Ken. It's
2nd
not
of April.
It's not Joe's birthday
Come on,
today.
Ken, quickly.
March the 2nd.
Oh, what?
March the 2nd.
27th of July.
27th of July. It's the 17th of July.
Oh.
Make a note, all the viewers at home, 17th of July. Harry, congratulations.
One day
Ken,
after my son, isn't it? Yeah, I remember that now.
Unbelievable.
I knew it was somewhere around there.
Ken, thank you very much for joining us.
Right, it's a
as
bit quick,
always.
wasn't it? I didn't even know about that.
The game, we have 10 minutes to go to
Felt
kick
like I
off.
was playing against the ref there.
We are almost out of time, but we do have time to thank our main sponsors here on Talk of the Town, Mr. Declutter. A huge thank you to them for helping us to put this show on, whether you like it or not. I mean, after that last 10 minutes, you're probably wishing they hadn't have bothered. But
I think it's been
a
an
huge
excellent
thank you
show.
to Mr. Declutter for helping us put this show on. Please do continue to support, and some of you have already been supporting them. A huge thank you to that, because if you support them, they will continue to support us, which is really handy for the head of commercial at the football club. So if you need a loft or a garage cleared, please do get in touch with them. No mess, no stress. Mr. Declutter, chuck it into Google. I think I promoted them enough there, haven't I? I think they'd be happy with that. I think they'd be happy with that. Thank you very much. Ken, you're still here. A little wave. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone.
You can join in the ritual at the end of the show.
What's that?
We will see you again on Monday, where Oldham visit the morgue, aka the People's Pension Stadium. So yeah, we were back. Please join us on Monday. I think it's a 3 o'clock kickoff.
It is a 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
kickoff.
I should know that. So we will be on air from 2. Huge thanks to Nick the Geordie, who's travelled. A lot of travelling for him this week. He's back near the motherland once again. Thank you to you for watching. We will see you on Monday. All that's left for us to say is, come on, you Reds! What a show! If you enjoyed it as much as we did, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell icon so you can be notified about when we are next live here from Talk of the Town. Make sure you don't ever miss an episode, subscribe, hit the bell, and we will see you again very soon.